Okay, hello. So today I thought it would be fun to go over the Scandoval breakdown with Vanderpump Rules. I'm going to BravoCon with my mom in I think it's December, maybe it's November. I don't know, but the Scandoval, it's just one of those absolutely wild moments in television. I think it's been even labeled as one of the craziest things in reality television ever. I absolutely love Vanderpump Rules, so I thought it would be fun to watch breakdowns of the scandal and then also just some top dramatic moments of the show in general, and then kind of an update of some scandal that has happened since Scandoval broke on the show. So that'll be at the end for Queen Patty. But let's go ahead and get started with today's episode of the Gray Area Design with our design time. Let me grab our timer. And today we are going to design a homepage for it's like a mead brewery type company. So let me share my screen so you can see what we're working with today. All right, so this is the design that we're going to be doing today. I actually could not find the original designer of this. I found this design on Pinterest, and then when I went to go click on the Behance portfolio link, it was just a 404 error page. So if you know who this design is from or who did it, please comment below, or if you did the design, let me know so I can appropriately credit you as the original designer for this. I absolutely love it. I just think it's so clean and simple. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started on the design for this one and how I would go about it. All right. Okay. So as you know, by now I like to break my stuff up into sections. So let's go ahead and break this up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, technically 7 sections. So we'll start with creating our header. Don't mind the pink. I will update everything once we kind of get out of the section building. So then we have our hero. What is about that? Let's just make that sheet for now. Then we have our next section. Let's see if I might go about here. Then we have the next section, which has the bottle. Is about that. Let's do pink. Okay. And then we have our next section, which is the honeycombs. This section's a little bit bigger right there. And then our last one is the footer. Right now I'm just extending it out so you don't see the white lines on the side. Okay. So let's start with our header. So we'll just zoom in a little bit. So it looks pretty simple. It's just white. And then we have some cute little, I guess if it's wheat or like barley, since it's like a mead company. Okay, so definitely not barley, or I guess I just can't spell it right. But let's try wheat. I think that's probably wheat. Yeah. Okay. So it looks kind of simple in a way. Kind of looks like this one. Let's grab that for now. That one looks kind of good too. You know, I think I'll just use this one and then just make it like that goldy color. And then I'm also going to do this because we're going to crop it so you only get the one. Perfect. And then let's get that text. And let's see. Remove that. All right, so now we're just gonna find a German text because I believe this design is German. Oh, okay. Well, let's do it this way. Ah, that works. Okay, we'll use this one. All right, so now we need to find size. That will look good. That looks kind of good. All right, and then we make these much smaller. Oh, I'm always so terrible at matching. All right, I'm gonna be honest, this normally takes me forever. So we're just gonna get it somewhat decent because for me to actually get it like to match, it's gonna take way too much time and I tend to be a perfectionist. So we're just gonna let that go and pretend that they're perfect for now. We have to remember that this is just practice. We're not actually sending this off to the client, so we do not need everything to be perfect, my friends. Just practicing. All right, so we have this, and then I think I had a toggle. Yes, it does. Okay, so let's add our little toggle. Maybe we already have a toggle built, so we don't even have to create one. Okay. What about camera menu? Okay, cool. And those look like the small lines. And let's think it's like a dark gray. Oh, like that. I think we're gonna actually need the bigger ones. Just because we're making it so small, we do want to be able to make sure to see it. And then we can see if that's too big. I think that's okay. So you can actually see it. And then we can make it just a little bit smaller. Oh, that was a lot smaller. Okay. Oh, that's way better. Don't want that. That should be okay. And then this once. Let's do that. So this should be just a little bit smaller because you do want yeah, some white space around it. Maybe we'll even make it just a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. So we already got our hero done. Not bad, not bad. So now let's start on this blue section. So let's see. So it has like an inverted shape. So let's see what shapes we have and see if we can kind of make that. Maybe we'll do rectangle curve. Let's see what we get. So it looks like the shape is inverted. So kind of like this. So maybe we can use this as like the base. And let's cut it. We only get like this. And then this is going to be much more dramatic than what they have, but it's okay. We will figure that out. Okay, so it's a deeper blue. There we go. Okay, and then for this, we're going to choose that color. Let's just lock these together. And then it looks like a barley tree in the background. I don't really know what that is. Let's see. Well, we're just going to see what we can find. I'm going to just do barley. And see what we get, you know? Maybe since it's a German design, you can do like German tree. I have no idea. Oh, okay, we're just gonna do tree. Maybe something like this. I think that'll work. And then it's this, but I think, yeah, I did it more like that. Alright. And then they actually made it pretty big. It's just the wine's covering it, so you don't see much of it. Yeah. So I'm thinking about there. And let's just crop it to the shape. There we go. Let's do wine bottle with glass of wine. See what we got. It's kind of one image, I think. So we kind of want an image like this, but with white wine. So let's help Canva out and just say white wine, since that's really what we're looking for. Ooh, this could be good. That could be really good. So let's remove the background and see. We might get all this crap that we don't need, you know? Yeah, almost. And I don't want to use the magic eraser, so that's an option. That's definitely an option. You'll have to let me know if you like me going through the whole process like I am now, where like we're actually searching for the stuff together, or if you would prefer I have all of these kind of things already ready and I'm just placing it. My thought is that you can see my process on like how I find things, so that you can kind of get an idea of how to search and do things yourself and like what exactly I'm looking for. But who knows? This might be like super annoying to you as well. So just let me know, my friends. I do like this, but it's so weird. The like, I don't know, because it looks like it has its own pattern. Oh, I think this might work. Although theirs kind of looks a little rosé-y, right? Maybe we can do a rosé wine bottle and see what we get. I really like this one. I'm really sad that we can't use that. That could work. That could definitely work. Maybe we'll grab this one. Yeah, it's really struggling on this one. Okay, here we go. See, why does it do that? It always has to make things look funky. Not always. I'm being a little dramatic. All right, so then we add the wine out there on the tree. It's a weirdly shaped wine bottle. All right, we're on the hunt again for the wine bottle. I swear we're gonna spend like our 20-minute section of design on finding the perfect wine bottle, and I apologize. This is serious business. Oh, here we go. Oh, and it has the blue top. That's cute. Okay, let's do that. We'll just make our own. We'll just do a nice little makeshift. So we have the wine bottle on this side, and then let's do. Oh, but this one's cute too. Okay, we'll keep this because we need another bottle over there. Oh, well, that bottle is down. Choices. We have so many choices. All right, so now we need rosé glass of wine. Perfect. This one will work great. Why is there image on this? But works. So they have theirs kind of like on top of their bottle. That. So they have a different glass shape than we do, so it's gonna look a little bit different. But I kind of like ours on the side over here. All right, and then they want a honeycomb. not how you spell honeycomb. Oh, don't worry. Okay, let's grab. Oh, where did it? Okay. And then they want him behind. All right. So I'm gonna just make this bottle smaller. Okay. So I want to add. See how it has some shading? Oh god, I totally just lost my train of thought. Anyway, you now have the option to add these like drop shadows and things in Canva. So we can add our own shading and then kind of minimize the intensity. Go. And then let's also do this to the wine glass. We want to drop, but just a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's going to be challenging. It's okay. We'll come back to that. But let's add the shadows to our bottle. And then again, lower the intensity. Much better. Okay, so our timer is done. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead and move on to our business bits. So give me just a minute here. I'm going to disappear, and then we come back. We will talk all about business bits. Okay, so for business beds this time around, I decided I wanted to try something new. We're all about trying things new here and changing things up. So for business bits, I wanted to go over common website design mistakes, but I thought it might be good to maybe show some examples. So I'm not going to bring up designs from other people when I show common website design mistakes, mostly because I'm not interested in criticizing other people's designs. I think that it's very, very, very easy to point out design mistakes, and it's harder to point out like the good things or things like that. And it's so easy to just say like, oh, this could have been better. And I don't want to deter any designers ever, because if I look back at my designs from 5 years ago, I'm like, geez, like there's so many things I could have done better. And I know when I look back, like if in 10 years, when I look back like in my designs from like today, for example, I'm like, wow, there's things I could have done better there. And so I thought I'll just either create the mistakes on the fly or show some mistakes from like past designs that I have for like website templates or something like that from like my own work. Because us designers and creatives, you know, we can be big babies. And so I don't want to deter anyone by pointing out someone else's stuff. And it's way too easy when you're looking at other people's work. So that is my soapbox on the design. The first thing I want to go over is not mobile friendly. So let's see if I can pull up one of my templates. I've changed the URLs on them so many times. I don't even know what any of my templates URLs are anymore, if I'm being honest. Let's see if we can find them from my website. Or maybe we can actually use this website. Let's see, does this one have any easy things that I can... Okay, cool. We can use this one. Can you guys see it? Yes, okay, let me push this down. So one of the first design mistakes that are common when people are doing web design is not making things mobile friendly. That's like super easy. More than half of all web traffic comes from mobile devices. So your website should be responsive and work well on smartphones and tablets. So an easy mistake that I can see here is there's absolutely no margin or padding here. And so it just looks really scrunched together. So if I were to add some padding to this, it'll just look so much nicer. See how on desktop there's margin around this, and so it just gives more breathing room and it just looks neater. But when you drop it into mobile mode, nothing. There isn't anything, and so it just looks really scrunched, and it's a lot harder to read as well. So you always want to make sure, you can see it here too, you always want to make sure that when you are creating your website, you check it for mobile devices as well. So see this, there's a little bit more padding and margin here, and so it just doesn't look as scrunched up as this does. So this is a really good example. All here as well. All needs some more padding and margin on the sides, left and right, to make it not feel so scrunched. Another one is poor navigation. So an example on this site is that there's no homepage, right? That doesn't say home. Now, there's this great book called Don't Make Me Think, right? And it has like a whole chapter on just navigation because it is so important. And navigation really, really does help your customers and clients feel more safe, and they trust you better when you have a better navigation or an easy to use navigation. So something that I could do to make this navigation easy to use is add a homepage. So that way, no matter where someone is on my website, they always know they can start back over on their customer journey by just going to the homepage. So they won't ever feel lost. It's kind of like when you go to like a Walmart or a Home Depot and they have the signs up in the aisles, right? Your navigation bar helps people know where things are. And so you want to make sure that it's clear when you're doing that. And so like when you have a contact section on the site, make sure it says contact. There's no need to get fancy. You want it to be as clear as possible. So we have like a shop, which everyone knows, a store, about, which is about the company or the person, contact. So again, an easy way I could make this even better is just to add the home at the very, very beginning. Next one is slow load time. So we all get super, super impatient with slow loading times, right? So think about your own journey with websites and on mobile devices, right? If the website's super slow, you're probably bouncing. So you want to make sure that your website is loading fast. And there's a ton of ways to do that by optimizing your images. You can change the format from like PNG to like WE, like Web3, or not Web3. What do they call it? They're super weird. It's PNG to WebP, this one. So PNG to the WebP. This is what I use. This is great. This is a great way to convert your images to a different file type that will also be more optimized for the web. Next one, outdated design. So aesthetics do matter. If your website looks like it's designed in the 90s, it may not instill trust or confidence in your visitors, right? So you want to make sure there doesn't need to be a lot of design. it can be very simple, very minimalistic, and that's completely fine. But you do have to add something to the site so it doesn't look like it was built in the 90s. They didn't really have CSS at that time. So the websites don't necessarily have nice buttons, or they don't have really good fonts. There isn't really any stylistic approaches to the design. They tend to look like Craigslist is a great example. Let's see. I don't even know if Craigslist still exists. I wonder if they updated it. Nope. Okay, this is a perfect example. I'm only bringing up like what a 90s look looks like, right? So you can see that it's a very basic font. The colors are very basic. So to update it, a good example of one that is more updated would be, let's see, maybe like Annie's. Is Annie's list still a thing? Yeah. So this is, a thing where people can list what they do, and kind of like they can list services that they offer, so like appliance repair, and then other people can then purchase those services, for example, in all different places. So if we go to like Missouri Appliance, so you can choose the cities, but see how it just looks nicer and it's more updated. There's more colors. The font is not a basic old color from the 90s. It's more stylized. These a lot more CSS, where on Craigslist, there's essentially like none. Very, very old school. So we want to kind of avoid this look. A next one is lack of clear call to actions. So call to actions are going to be your buttons. So you can see here almost in every section, we have some type of call to action that tells our browsers how to take the next step. Don't make people think, what do they need to do to move to the next step to work with you or purchase something or read something, whatever your website is doing. Make sure you tell people how to move forward so they don't have to think about it, right? Next one is a cluttered layout. So let me pull up Canva. Did I lose Canva? No. Oh, here it is. Okay. And this one. So a cluttered layout may look something. Let's see if we can find. No, let's not use someone's template. Or let's use a template and then make it cluttered. So let's use this one. And then let's just add some more text, right? So we'll do, maybe you put some more text here. Maybe you also want to put like a site title there. Maybe you end up wanting to add like more flowers. Why not? Right? You're just going buck wild. You get so excited. You find so many cool things that you can use. And so you just start adding them like everywhere. And, hey, to each their own. But I think really soon you'll kind of realize why we maybe shouldn't do that. Don't make people think. Right? So now we have this. And let's just add one more. Why not? I'm trying to make it look as cluttered as possible. Okay, I think this is good. So now we see it's super hard to read, right? There's so much going on. I don't quite know where I'm supposed to be looking or like what's important. What is the information that I need to gather from this? There's just too much going on. And so you really do want to make sure that when you are creating your website, you don't have it super cluttered, right? There's no need to where if we go back to the original design, you know exactly what to pay attention to. It's so not cluttered. You know, it literally has like one piece of information that you need, which is the quote, and then you have some design going on, but you know that the job is to look at the quote. And that's really all that is about making sure your layouts aren't cluttered is, you know, don't make your guests have to work really, really hard to understand what they need to be watching or looking at. Let's do another one, which is going to be bad color choices. Right? So let's create some boxes and we'll just add some random shapes. All right, so I'm going to try really hard to do bad color combos, but I'm going to be honest. It might be a little bit of a struggle for me. I really, really love color. Okay, yeah, that's ugly. Okay, maybe. Right, okay. So technically orange and purple does go together, but we're trying to find ugly colors and things that don't necessarily see. Let's just keep it at that bright one. And then maybe we'll do like that. Okay. All right. Bad colors. So we want to make sure that when you are selecting colors, right, there's a couple things you want to think about for your brand. One is, do the colors have the color psychology that you're going for? Every color invokes different emotions from people. And that also can change culturally. So that's something you want to pay attention to, is which country is going to be the main target audience, because the color associations could change. So that's something just to be wary of. And then also, do they actually work on the color wheel together, right? So if we pull up a color wheel, we can see different types of colors. So complementary colors, for example, are colors that are directly across from each other on the color wheel. So here we can see yellow, orange. They tend to go well with purple. Then you have red and green, which be careful of for the U.S. market because this is it's Christmas. But you can see all of the different complementary colors that exist, which is really cool. We also have these types of colors, which are the ones that are lined next to each other on a color wheel, which is cool. So you have purple and blue, and you can also have like red and purple there. So it's really, really cool once you like dive in to all of the different types of color theories and things that happen with them. But those are just some things to keep in mind when you're building out your color schemes, because bad color choices can really impact people, especially if you like have them way too saturated in color. It might be kind of like assaulting. A good example is like a red. A super true red can just be so obnoxious. It like screams at the page. Another one that tends to be assaulting is yellow and orange. right? So it's just like, it's too much. It is, honestly, it's too much. So these are just some things to keep in mind of when you're designing your website. It's just a super common mistake to just choose interesting colors that should not go together, or that are just too saturated. Another one is ignoring SEO best practices. So this is something that goes from like very basic all the way to like advanced technical SEO. And I don't expect you to know technical SEO, but just some basic things to keep in mind is making sure like you have meta tags and alt text for all of your images. And the alt text is really to help people that are able to see the images, and it will just, their readers will read what the image is for them. So you absolutely want to have alt text on all of your images. And if you're using WordPress, they make that super easy. Another one is making sure to find keywords, and you can use Google's keyword planner to do that. So that makes it really simple for you. And you really want to look for keywords that you know that your audience is already going to be searching for, and then create content around what they're searching for so you can rank for it. So let's see. Ooh, lack of contact information. That's a good one. I cannot stand when I go to a website and I cannot find your contact information, right? That is, for me, the most annoying thing in the world. So make sure you have whatever type of communication you prefer, make it easy. Make it easy for people to find it. And so that will instill so much confidence in them, for you, if they know they can reach out to you when they need you. So I put my contact information in a footer. I also provide a contact form. I let them know how long it's going to take. I also have a contact menu option, and I do that on my agency of one as well. So we have contact, and then that will take them to a contact section. I also have that here. I have a contact form. And then at the bottom, you have my email, my hours of operation, all that good stuff. So you know what to expect from me regarding getting in contact. And this is just so important, instilling that confidence in your potential customers. So make sure. Big pet peeve of mine personally is when I cannot find contact information. I won't purchase from someone. Not tracking analytics is another one. So if you're not monitoring how visitors are interacting with your site, you're missing out on opportunities to learn and improve your site. So you want to make sure to get connected to Google Analytics for sure, and Google Search Console and Google Tag Manager and all that good stuff. And if you don't know how, you can find someone on Fiverr and they can do it for you. And it's rather inexpensive as well, because, you know, you really want to be tracking how people are navigating your site, so that way you can make optimizations for them as well. Another one is too much jargon. If your website has too many industry terms that people aren't going to understand, you should really work on simplifying your verbiage so that people who know absolutely nothing about your industry can still understand what you're talking about. Inconsistent design is another good one. So you'll want to make sure to have your fonts, your colors, and your overall aesthetic the same. So an example of this, let's see, let's go into Canva. So say your brand colors, right? Let's just do these ones because I already have them here. If these are your brand colors, but you decide, I want to switch it up, right? So your homepage are those colors. But again, we got a little excited and decided that we were inspired by honeycombs, and you switch it up to this on a completely different page, that looks so inconsistent. It doesn't matter that this is a gorgeous palette, it's still inconsistent. And it's the same way with your text as well, your typography that you've selected. You want to make sure that you're using the same ones in the same type ongoing on everything across the board. So if your paragraph text is one font, it should be that font across the entire website. If your headings are a certain font, you'll want to make sure to have your headings the same across the entire website as well. That will help with the inconsistent design. And if you use type a certain element, use it throughout your website. It doesn't need to just stay in one place. You can just copy it and use it ongoing, and that will help it to be consistent as well. Another common mistake I see is not having social proof on your website. So I'll show an example. So here we have testimonials from real people on my website. I also have real reviews from Fiverr here. So you can see that there's 50 5-star reviews. I've been there since April, and that's more social proof that I'm a real human being. We also, you can do like maybe comments on social media if they're like how great you are as whatever you do, or your products are so amazing. You can screenshot those comments and use those as social proof as well. But you do want to make sure that you're instilling confidence in people by including your social proof and testimonials. What are some other ones I found? Oh, okay. I'm going to go over one more. And this one, anyone who's a client of mine or a good friend of mine knows this is the number one pet peeve I have, and that is not regularly updating your website. I cannot tell you how often people get hacked because their website is out of date. And it's such a simple fix to make sure that your website is constantly up to date. Now, that's not going to get rid of the risk of being like hacked ever, but it does help a crap ton. So if you have a WordPress website, make sure to update your plugins and themes. I recommend to set a recurring calendar event every 2 weeks. I put that on my calendar, and then it just reminds me like, hey, don't forget to update your website. So I go in and I'll just update everything. But make sure to always have your website updated. It is so important. Okay, it is now time to jump back into design. So I will see you soon. Okay, we're back. So we've kind of added this section. Now let's move on to our next section. So I'm just going to ungroup this really fast and take this font because we're going to reuse it anyway. And let's do this. And I'm actually going to keep it to say that because German words have a lot of letters in them. Sorry. Ooh, that's going to be too small for this. And then let's grab some Lorem Ipsum. Here. Perfect. It looks like theirs is 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences. Okay. And then let's get a button going on. Oh, let me restart my design thing. Okay. And then we'll grab this. And this out. And they have theirs is like a gray. So we'll do that. And then make this text smaller. Okay. Then we're gonna need another rectangle. I'm telling you, rectangles are life. All right, let's move this up here. Okay, so now we gotta find that color. I think almost. All right. My guess is this color is the same color that they have up there. So we're just I think it has a little bit more orange. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So let's change this to our new orangey one. And I think this needs to be a little thicker. In the middle of the shop now is what it looks like. And then let's find some. Oh. Hi, Rachel! I'm so excited that you're here. Let's do some honeycomb. Oh my gosh, I cannot spell honeycomb beads. Let's see if we can get something. I mean, worst case scenario, that gives us the idea. Oh, no. See, the honeycomb's so ugly on that one. Oh, wait, but this one, that one looks kind of nice. I think I like that one. Let's do this one. Okay. So I'm just gonna... And they have theirs like a super tight rectangle. And then if they drop this down, so we'll do that. And then move it over. Okay. And then this is like a, that's dark honey. Dark honey in glass with comb. Let's see what we got. Man, that's a super, I've never seen honey that dark. Looks like molasses. What are we going to do about the dark honey? Let's see. We might have to come back to the honey because I am not seeing this molasses honey that they speak of. What if we do molasses honey? Oh, this is kind of cute. But I do think having that dark color in there does look really nice. It's like it kind of pulls out the dark of the bee. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll put in a placeholder. And then if we have time, oh, that one is lavender. That's really cool. If we have time, then we'll come back and find this unheard of molasses honey. But if not, we're going to pretend that this is molasses honey. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Let's now add this. Ooh, what's going on over there? Let's pull you. Make you a little smaller and push you to the left. There's not too much margin or padding, so I think we should be okay. And then just a little bit of space. I'm going to align it left. That, and then this is both white. And we're actually gonna just remove some of this, put this tighter. Move that in a little bit. Actually, yeah, that'll work. Okay, and let's just make sure it's centered. Cool. All right, so our white section is actually a little bit bigger than I originally thought. So we're just going to drop this down just to give it a little bit more breathing room. And then we're going to just group all of these elements together. Yeah, that looks nice. Oh, hey you. Come to forward. Oh, no. All right. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. And we'll put you to forward. There we go. All right, so that part is done for now. Although I do think this section's actually a little bit bigger. So there we go. Okay, where's our next section? Okay, so our next one is just a bottle, and we're gonna pull in that lovely blue we found up there. And let's grab, I think this might be a little bit thicker. Okay, another rectangle. And this rectangle is white. Okay. And then I'm going to ungroup this, even though I just spent all that time grouping it. It's okay. And we'll make this black. Although I don't think it's black. I think there's just like a dark gray. But that's okay. I might change it later, depending on how I'm feeling. Oh, they also have a shop now button. Okay, let's put that too. Right there, that looks good. Use more space. Okay. Group. Drop this down. There we go. Okay. Next. Okay. Now we need to find another bottle. And I will say, finding these wine bottles has not been easy, but we are determined and we're going to get it right. So let's look for rosé bottle of wine laying on side. Maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, look at this. We're getting lucky, my friends. We're getting lucky. Okay, let's remove the background. I mean, it doesn't quite match the rosé above, but this one does look more like, I don't even know, pink wine? I don't even know what it would be, but this is a little dark for my taste. Okay. Yeah, it kind of looks like brandy or like whiskey. That's what I'm getting out of here. I'm not feeling it. Let's do a different one. See, these are cute. I mean, it's definitely a different vibe though. Let's keep this wine open so we can see what we're working with. But where did they get a rosé bottle of wine on there? Okay. My cousin just sent me 1 week. The countdown begins because we are going to the Taylor Swift concert on Thursday. And so she has been every week, she's been sending me the countdown as to when we actually go. And so now I suspect we will be getting daily countdowns. And I am so excited. I have not been excited for something like this in, ooh, that was awful, in so long. I cannot wait to scream my heart out with a bunch of Swifties at SoFi Stadium. It's going to be lovely. At least this one looks more purple than this one that looks like Jack Daniels, you know? Okay, let's try that one. I still would much rather have, oh, it's okay, we'll figure that out. All right, and then we're gonna do that drop shadow kind of thing. Oh, just beautiful. Just beautiful. And then let's push it backward. Oh, no. Push this forward. There we go. We're just gonna ignore this. Yeah, again, we're just practicing. Just ignore that little divot. At least I'm gonna try my best to, and we'll come back to it if I can't. You know? Okay. Boom. We got that section. So now we have this little thing, which we can take what we've already designed and keep it here. Kind of like what I was talking about in business bits, right? Where like if you already have certain aspects of a design or elements that exist, just copy them and use them again. It really helps to create a beautiful, consistent look. And it's something that this designer has done as well in their web design. And I absolutely love it. They did such a good job with this. I was obsessed from the moment I saw it. Okay, so there's this one. And now we're gonna, ooh, I don't like that bee photo. I'm gonna be honest. It makes bees look a little dirty. And they're gorgeous. We love bees. Aesthetic. Okay. Man, this is a lot of space here. Oh. so let's find some more bee photos. Want aesthetic bee photos. Oh my gosh, it is so hot here. I'm dying. As soon as we're done today, I'm absolutely putting on some AC because this is just not cute. It's not cute. Oh, look at how cute that little bee is. Oh. Oh, is that the queen? That's cool. They got a picture. Is that the same? Oh no, but it is from the same photographer. Okay, perfect. We'll do that. I like that. All right, and then let's add this little guy. This is about here. Is it in the center? I think it is. Okay. So what is that? Not like a honey cup. Is that like their brand logo? What's in that cup? I don't know about that. Okay, let's just do pea cup. Oh, pea mug. Would be cute in maybe like a mug. Get a mug there. Well, this is like maybe wine glass. Let's see. Do we have any wine glasses that maybe have like some bees? We have. Are we gonna get lucky? I'm probably being really, really specific. Canwood has no idea what to do with me right now. Oh, you know what? What about honeycomb on like a cheese board? That might be cute. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think that is probably a much better idea because, like, when you drink wine, you're going to, you might have like a cheese plate, and that's really cute. And then, like, to keep it on theme, use like the honeycomb. I like that. I think that's cute. All right, moving on. Ooh, our last section. Okay. So let's tighten all of this up. We're going to group it, center it, and then turn this white, which we might not need to. Nope. Okay. But now we need to center. Okay. And next is our footer. We're almost done with this. Let's see. Oh, hold on. All right, what do we have here? So, I don't know what that says. So we'll just use Lorem Ipsum. Let's get us another rectangle. Rectangle. Okay, so we have that. Center it, load up a little bit. I can't tell if this is white or, let's see, the gray. I think it's white. I think. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it is white. Man, just because it's on the blue, it looks gray. That's cool. All right, and then let's add, we have Facebook. Oops, icon, which they have this one. And we'll do white, Twitter. Hi, everybody. Oh, okay. Instagram. Okay, the timer went off, but I do want to finish just laying down the icons, and then we'll move into Vanderpump. Vanderpump. Really hope that you guys, I don't think you can hear this timer. It is very obnoxious. Very obnoxious. Oh, 37 better. Yes. All right, and then we'll group it a little bit more. I do think it's a little bit smaller. Okay. Almost. We're almost there. Oh gosh. Hot. All right, I'm gonna set up for Queen Petty, and then I'll come back. We'll go through all of Vanderpump Rules, fun stuff, and then we'll wrap up our design. And we're done. So 1 second, I will be right back. Okay, so I thought when I was planning this episode, I put this actually in the middle, the top 11 most dramatic moments ever so far. But I thought it would be actually good to start with this. So like as we go through scenes, I can kind of make the connection of different people. And then when we get to the scandal or Scandoval, things will hopefully make a little bit more sense when we do the breakdown. But I didn't finish this, so we'll be watching some of this for the first time together. But it's hilarious, right? Like I absolutely love this show. Of all the Bravo shows, this is the only one that I actually like religiously watch. And I've watched it since the beginning. And so to see all of these people change over the years, right? Because everybody changes as they mature and learn more things, or for some of the cast members, not maturing, as we'll see. But I loved this because it showed us like which season and episode these things come from. So in like this 9 or 10 year relationship that is Scandoval, you'll get to see so many different aspects in relationships that came along the way. So in this first scene, this is Scandoval himself, Tom, who has just been an egotistical narcissist the entire show. But it was more like a quirky thing that people overlooked throughout the 9 to 10 years. And then now with Scandoval coming out, people are just more inclined to share it. But let's go ahead and start with this. I might do the playback speed at 1.25. Okay, let's start.
Oh no, it ain't about the pasta.
You already started your homework.
Oh, what? Oh, man.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Language warning, trigger warning for offensive material, misogynistic ideologies. Anything that you could think of has probably been said in this show. So if you were sensitive to colorful language, you would probably want to skip Queen Patty this time around. I'm going to be honest, quite colorful and dramatic.
Hello. Would you like something to drink? Well, you probably would. She knows where the bar is. She's sitting with me. She doesn't work here anymore.
She knows where the bar is. Okay, so this is Sheena. She is a new waitress at this time at Vanderpump. At Vanderpump, I guess this is actually at Sir. They're at Sir, which is a restaurant owned by this one, which is Lisa Vanderpump, the queen herself. So she actually runs all of these restaurants. She's like a restaurateur entrepreneur. She's so cool. And then the one sitting with her is Miss Stassi. Stassi is an original cast member that no longer works at Sir and is really not a part of the show anymore, for all different reasons, all very colorful reasons. But she is not really there. So that's why she's sitting and talking with Lisa, and then Sheena is having to serve, and they are having problems and issues, and so it's coming out as a passive aggressive behavior in this scene.
Oh, she's a customer. Are you two talking to each other? No. Why not? Ask her. I mean, I'm not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
Oh my
Pinot
goodness.
Grigio. You got it. Thank you. What's going on with you two?
I'm sorry.
so
After last
petty.
year, you decided to be best friends with Kristen and Jax, and then started talking shit about me. Of course, I'm not your
Okay.
friend.
All right, sounds complicated.
And it is
So you
complicated.
haven't seen her?
I saw her at an OK magazine.
Lisa is so not interested in the details at all. She's like, okay, let's just move along. So why aren't you guys like, what's actually going on here? And Stassi, I love her. She's just so dramatic. So dramatic.
Party. This is an awkward setup. It really is. How is that working out for everyone? We're all best friends now. I think you should just come back and work at Sir, so we can like all hang out all the time. I would kind of spaz myself. It's so weird. I don't understand it. I don't understand.
This was the last of the bottle, so they're gonna have to chill more. Okay, now get me a cup of tea, doctor. You got it. Say thank you.
Thank you. I did.
Okay, good.
Of course, it was the last bottle. Do we really think that was the last bottle? No, absolutely not. Sheena being petty, of course. And then Lisa is just like, I'll just take a tea.
Okay, I'm going home.
Ooh, this is wild. Okay, so this is Kristen Doty. She is also another colorful character. How do I explain Kristen? She's explosive. Like most of the cast members, if I'm being honest. Most of them are explosive, but Kristen kind of tends to be more explosive than the others. And she was dating Tom Sandoval before Ariana came over from Casablanca, which is another restaurant that Lisa Vanderpump owns. And so I think season 2, they're not dating anymore. I think Ariana and Tom are now dating, or they might be like right in the midst of a breakup at this time.
Suggest you all do too. Come on, let's go.
Lisa, knowing that tensions are high right now, is like, you all should be leaving. She even says, let's go. But of course not. This is Vanderpump Rules. Why would anyone go home when they should?
Jax.
We're in a conversation. What do you want to know?
No, I know. I'm just wondering. Like, you don't ever like feel anything. It's like
We're in this
nuts.
conversation.
You don't feel this?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And he sucker punched him.
Why are you smiling? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you that sick that you're
Sheena is so dramatic. Like, she'll explain why she's being dramatic, but I can't with her screaming in the back. It's too much for me.
smiling? Are you kidding me?
It's okay.
Why do that?
Stop. You let him fight. Let's go. Let's give you what I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. Like, she got into the fight. I can't.
Twice, sweetheart.
I just got my teeth fixed today. I have my surgery next week, and they
Lisa.
left me over.
Oh gosh.
Listen, I'm sorry.
I told you that I ate Raquel's pasta, and that's how you come for me?
Right, it was
What
like
the f- wrong with you?
Okay, so this is Lala. She's she's a hostess at Sir, and this is James Kennedy. He is the DJ for Sir. They were sleeping together for a little while and then cut ties, and so now he's dating this girl, Raquel, or Bambi-eyed bitch. Was it Bambi-eyed? Bambi doe-eyed bitch, who Lala is the one that coined that phrase for Miss Raquel. And then they went on to do a makeup collab called that, which I thought was really funny and clever. And so right now they're talking. This is one of the most iconic scenes of the show. Is this kind of it wasn't about the pasta saying, which is really funny.
What the f- is wrong with you? It was a joke. Stop coming for people who have your f***ing back. I told you I had a bite of her pasta, and then the whole thing was devoured, and that's what you
Why
go
is
off
it about
on.
the damn pasta? Get over the damn pasta. Read between the f***ing lines. It ain't about the pasta. It's not about the pasta. It's not about the pasta. It's not about the pasta. It's about Lala showing respect to my girlfriend. How does Lala expect me to respect her man when she can't respect my lady? It goes hand in hand. Show some respect if you want to get it back, okay? Not giggle.
Lala at this time is dating I believe he's a Hollywood producer, which that in itself has its own issues that I'm not going to speak on because it kind of turned into wild mess in season 2 or season 10 and thereafter. So not going to talk on Mr. Emmett, but how they started dating was kind of controversial, and so she's been fighting for her relationship to have respect. And so James Kennedy at this point is saying, how am I going to respect your relationship if you won't respect my relationship, essentially. So it is indeed not about the pasta, as he said about 50 times during this scene.
After you eat my girl's plate of food.
Please get out of my face.
Wait, hold on.
Stop touching me. Don't touch me.
Hold on, can we just talk later?
No, get out of my face. Bye.
Get out of the face? What? Yes, I was being an ass, but if there's one thing an ass doesn't want to see is his girlfriend walking along with some guy with a dumb face and a stupid beard.
A stupid beard?
Excuse you, Kristen. Everybody talks on you, and it's true. Because look how you're treating the one person you love. Go straight your.
That was so unnecessary. These earlier seasons of James are really hard to watch. Like, he's just had so much growth in his personal development. But that was so unnecessary to say, like, nobody likes you, everybody talks trash about you. It's so mean.
I'm done.
Look what you did.
Walk,
Look what you
walk.
did. You.
Fine, walk.
Carry on. I want to hear my girlfriend talk about me. Keep on.
You and I, we're done.
Oh, yeah, they did date.
We're done then, Kristen.
I
You're
totally
f***ing
forgot
immanageable.
that they
You're
dated.
f***ing immanageable, babe. You're immanageable. That's why you're 31 and you're never going to find a guy to marry you.
Really? Really? I'm telling you, some of James' stuff in the early seasons is hard to watch. It's just unnecessary.
Somebody just get away from me now.
Oh?
Why? You went off to a car with Trevor.
Jace, get the out of my
Ow!
face now! I will call the
Alright, go
police
off
on you.
and
Stop
tell
it.
her.
I fucking hit it.
You're a lying
Grab
slut. Everybody gets up.
Go.
Oh my
I was trying so
god!
hard tonight to stay under the radar, and James would not let it drop. I fucking punched him in the face. He grabbed me.
Who's in your face?
Ugh.
Where do you
Uh,
want to stop? Drop.
I don't think I don't think he necessarily
Manageable.
grabbed
You're
you.
f***ing manageable, babe. You're manageable. That's why you're 31 and you're never gonna f***ing find a guy to marry you. You went off to a car with Trevor.
James, get the
Okay.
No!
He did not grab her. Look at
You went
this.
off to a car with
He
Trevor.
put his arm like on her with like a backhand. He did not grab her.
radar, and James would not.
Where do you want to start?
He did not grab her. We all saw that. He like lightly put his hand here to like stop her from moving so he could like talk, but he did not grab her arm at all. He placed his hand there, and then she punched him in the face and then blamed him. These are the types of things that when I say she's a little explosive. Granted, in this situation, I mean, he deserved a punch in the face. But like for verbally assaulting her, not for physically assaulting her, which she tried to cover up her behavior there.
He punched him in the face. He f***ing grabbed me.
Grab you!
Where do you want to start?
Well, I was just completely disrespectful on many occasions.
Oh,
A lot of the time.
Saucy.
I'm glad you can laugh about it. Now it doesn't really mean anything to me, but at the time it did hurt. For you to be sitting there bad-mouthing me, bad-mouthing the restaurant. You had a boss and you had a good friend. And you f***ed it up. You really did. When you were 22, you didn't have a bloody pot to piss in, you know? And you came in here and I really had your back. I wish I hadn't, to be honest.
She gave me a job as a waitress. Like, I've served a few hundred crispy chickens in my time, poured some wine. What do I owe you again?
Yeah. So Stassi was like Lisa's golden child, and Stassi got a little too big for her britches on the show and started being just an asshole to Lisa, really. And it kind of shows like how she feels about Lisa in that confessional. You know, it's like, I served some chicken. What does she owe me? As though like she's made millions off of the Bravo show. That Lisa is the reason it was even brought to life in the first place. And it's like you owe everything to her when you look at it from like the show perspective. You know, it's like all of these people were able to have all the opportunities that they have now because of Lisa's success. And Lisa was already on a Bravo show originally, the Housewives of Beverly Hills. And so all of this kind of went from like Lisa in the beginning, all of this. It's really, what is the word? Ungrateful. It's very ungrateful.
Calling me an old woman. Yeah, you're right. I'm halfway through my life, Stassi. You know what? I'm proud of my life.
I'm very, very sorry.
They're hollow words.
I want to say thank you for everything with the sex. I hate saying this word, sex tape.
I was the one that met with the sleazy guy that I told you was sleazy all the way along, and that's why I fired him. You were in love with him. I went there and I gave him cash to save your ass. And then you dismissive of me, the way you treated me.
All I can do is try and apologize, and I'm doing my best. And you don't have to accept it, but I wanted to pay you back, and so I brought money to give
I
you.
don't want them.
Like the fact that she tried to offer Lisa money in exchange for what she gave her ex-boyfriend that tried to sell a sex tape is, I don't know if it was like a gesture. It was like the only thing that she could think to do. But it's like, Lisa doesn't need money. You know, it's like she's a very successful entrepreneur and restaurateur. So I'm kind of like, I don't know if this was like the only thing Stassi could think to do to try to fix the situation was give her the money back. I really don't understand what was happening here or why she thought this was a good idea.
I need
don't
you
want
to
the
take
money.
it. This is really hard. I'm really doing
But
my
I'm
best
glad
right
it's
now.
hard.
I'm
I'm
doing
glad-
my best. I really am trying to do my best right now. I'm sorry that
I
I
don't
hurt
want your
everyone.
money. It's an insult.
Okay, well, I was just coming to apologize. So.
Oh, you can stay there. We've got more to talk about.
Oh my-
You hate me, Lisa. You hate
You know
me.
what? You're not important enough to hate. Sit down.
That is another iconic saying from Lisa. You're not important enough to hate. Sit down. Oh my goodness.
Really? You're being stupid.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
This
Yes,
is-
you are.
no, this is
Katie.
the
Being a bitch.
No,
Katie, you're being a bully.
You do not understand the way you make me feel tonight.
You're being a bitch.
No, I am not.
Can I just say something?
No.
Listen, we're not talking about about you, Ray. This isn't about you.
What? No,
You tried to make me.
Katie's fault.
Yes, it's your fault.
Why is this Ricky Puff? You're
Shut off, fuck off, man.
So Katie is known, in the early seasons, Katie liked to drink heavily. The show was about a bunch of bartenders and servers, and so they all drank heavily. But at one point, Katie turns into Tequila Katie when she gets drunk, and it can be a little dramatic and a little aggressive. And so that's why it's kind of coined as like Tequila Katie. So we're kind of seeing a Tequila Katie argument right now with her. I think right now they're just boyfriend and girlfriend or fiance at this point. And this is her fiance, Tom Schwartz.
I sort of snapped.
Someone got Jack. I tried pouring his drink out and they threw me in the face with it.
Oh, okay. It's a drink. I was like, man, she's sweating so much right now. But he poured a drink on her.
So this is like total deja vu because I think Tom dumped a beer on Stassi's head last year.
Dude, ask one person here.
Do not f***ing say you. Stassi, you are
Nobody wants you here.
I have this relationship all wrong. This relationship is so. This relationship is. I didn't expect that from him.
What just happened? I just snapped. I lost my cool, man.
No, I understand you can only take so much.
She tried to grab it and shake it, and I just threw it in her face. It was an asshole move. I should have never done that. Yeah.
This whole me an alcoholic. He literally threw a drinker. Like I've been facing myself. I've been very. I don't even know. Again, very judicious about my drinking. Like he's really.
Oh, Katie. I've been so good about my drinking.
My night. Sorry.
Like, I ruined it.
Might as well.
Now I'm
like,
guilty. I know.
Shot her 8 times.
I know. Dude, I can only take. Look at her, man.
You better be on.
He's such an asshole. Tom is really an asshole. He's like on the show shown as like it's like a mean. He's like a golden retriever, but like he's mean. Tom really does get mean. He's like a gremlin when you don't feed it past midnight. I swear. Or no, you're not supposed to feed them past midnight. So it's if you fed him, it's just awful.
Please, like licking my toes, like sucking on them, fucking the toes in between my toes, like begging me to forgive him. This is unbelievable.
Schwartz cheated on Katie. You think that's the root of the
No,
problem?
that's not what we think. That's what Katie said.
That's what
Okay, so here's Tom. This is his
That's
girlfriend,
she's trying to act like that's what it's about.
Ariana.
I'm not saying she's trying to act like.
And then the flip-flopper, Sheena. Sheena's very much a flip-flopper with like friends and beliefs, and she kind of goes with the flow with everything that's happening. She tends to sweep things under the rug to keep the status quo, and that becomes important later on.
She was angry before. You wouldn't propose to someone who's just angry all of the time. You don't propose to someone
She's proposing to somebody who gave him an ultimatum.
No. Bullshit.
Oh.
Thank you for saying that, Tom. Do not.
I mean, that was kind of true. Katie gave Tom an ultimatum of, if you don't marry me, I'm going to leave you. So he proposed. I mean, I'm kind of on Tom's side on this one, and I hate to say that, but she did give him an ultimatum.
Not say that.
I'm not pulling this out of thin air.
It's true.
Today, I'm telling you that take that next step with me. Otherwise, I need to move on with my life. If you can't figure it out, then it's done.
Nobody wants to believe it.
Right.
But it's true. I mean, maybe Katie should have worked all this shit out before she pushed Schwartz into proposing to her.
He loves her. He does.
with
Otherwise, he would not
him.
gone
I
down on one
agree
knee
with him.
and propose.
Don't put your finger in my face. I've had my
She's
finger in my
not.
face
I
all
think
f***ing
not in
night.
your face.
What are you mad about?
I'm sick and tired of him just getting belittled and told what he needs to do all the time. Leave him the
Okay, well, that's a little dramatic. Schwartz refuses to stick up for himself and is a people pleaser. So that's why that happens. He always just kind of does what everyone else is doing. I mean, I want to call him Scandoval. Tom Sandoval has done it their entire relationship. All he does is push Tom around, and you see it more and more in later seasons, that what Tom is pissed about Katie, it's literally what Tom does to Tom Schwartz. So it's kind of like calling the kettle black, no?
Alone. He's a battered wife. Look at him.
His smile.
I really definitely care about my
Then why are you
supposed one of
calling
my
out?
best friends
Why are you calling
banging
it out?
my ex-boyfriend during the time that he's shut the up. You are a liar.
So Stassi was dating Jax, the guy who got sucker punched by Tom in the very beginning. And we find out later that Kristen also, that's her right here, also slept with Jax while Stassi and Jax were dating. So this group likes to sleep with each other's partners. That's just how they are. This is not normal, as much as everyone likes to say this is how LA is. It's not. People do not sleep around with their partners, or not with, but on each other's, unless that's approved. This seems to be more of like a reality TV thing and like an influencer thing. But for the rest of the millions of people in LA, this is not. This does not happen.
You are a liar. No one believes you. You are a dirty whore. You are disgusting.
Oh my gosh, what is up with this group and like sucker punching people? Like, why did she just do that out of nowhere? Stassi, get it together.
Out of here.
Walk away right now, little girl.
Get the right there. You look like
Dude, Stassi is like a Barbie and Kristen is like a linebacker. Why Stassi thought it would be a good idea to attack Kristen, I will never know.
She just fucking hit me, dude. I will sue your ass.
Oh, you're going to sue me? You are done. You are done.
This is what's gonna
You
happen
need
right
to
now.
admit that
I need to admit what? I need to admit what? I'm sorry, we didn't.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is so good. Okay, so this woman, he goes to Miami, right? While he's dating Ariana. And this girl comes all the way from Miami to tell him, like, we slept together. And he is so adamant that it never happened. But, like, as more and more information comes out about season 10, it is so likely that he did. And he just gaslit her this entire scene. It's like, what a pig. Oh, hi. Octane is coming to say hi. I don't know. Oh, you can. It's tail.
We had sex.
No,
we
we
had
did not.
sex.
No, we did not.
Yes, we did. You're
You-
such a liar right now.
I didn't-
Shut the
They
fuck up.
both
You're lying.
did.
Okay, no one's gonna tell my boyfriend to shut the fuck up. Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Ariana.
tell her. No
I'm
one
gonna
needs to
tell her
tell me
what?
anything.
I told her
the
everything.
truth. No one needs to tell me anything. This conversation
Wait a
is
second.
really
Wait a
fun.
second. Can I
But
say
also
Embarrassing.
very inappropriate for us being at work. I don't know what this is all about. You're ghetto acrylic fingernails.
Really?
Need to take
Are
a
you
walk.
kidding me? You're just
Ali,
pissed off because
Ali.
your boyfriend's cheating on you and living in
True.
denial.
I'm so pissed off.
True.
Hey, Tom,
And
go back to work.
Man, if only she would have believed it here, it would have saved so many years of her life with this piece of shit. Ugh.
Seriously.
Kristen has got this girl on some sort of mental journey with her that Tom's gonna go down in flames because he's some sort of awful person. She has so much.
I wonder if he looks back at this like era in her life and is like, well, damn, you know, like I should have listened to Kristen. But Kristen was dating Tom, and there are rumors that there were right before Ariana and Tom started dating. And so there's rumors that there was overlap there. And so there's animosity on Kristen's end. And so Kristen's trying to destroy their relationship. Whether or not that's true, Kristen says there isn't anymore. But this could be possibly why she didn't believe what Kristen was saying, was because Ariana had cheated. Well, Tom had cheated on, not Rachel. What is her name? Kristen with Ariana before they started. So it's like how they started, it's how it ended.
Much Botox and like lip Joe, and she wore her daintiest white lace.
So
Like she's the
bad.
f***ing Pope or something.
This is karma for you.
Okay,
And
okay.
Bad.
You're out.
Ali, would you do the honors? All right.
Thank you. We need to get back to work.
I was actually really nice to you.
You were
I'm
really
sorry
nice
that
to
you.
you. I'm to tell you that your boyfriend cheated on you. I will give you the details of his 4-inch penis. Tell you everything. I will
4
thank you,
inches.
Ali. It's like 4.5 inches. You lasted a few minutes.
Oh, she's gonna end up.
Oh my god.
I'm just so upset with you. I can't even begin to tell you how upset I am with you.
What have I done?
The way you've spoken to Katie, I cannot stand behind that. The way you're talking to women, who the do you think you are? That you can stand there and you can call these beautiful young women the sluts, the
They've
whores.
called me names too. They've gone at me.
James,
In the earlier seasons, James had a bit of a drinking problem and would get, they all drank heavily, but James was causing problems in Lisa's restaurant during working hours, and most of them were not. What's her face? Man, I keep forgetting Kristen's name. Kristen also caused hell during opening hours, and she was fired. So this is kind of like what this conversation is about, is like he keeps causing issues not only with her staff but like during opening hours at the restaurant, which for Lisa is just, it's unacceptable. Most of the chaos that you see is after hours. Like the fight that broke out, that wasn't during like daytime shift at Sir.
to start showing respect. You've put me in a very, very difficult position. I cannot have you as one of the faces of our company.
I believe actually that Katie gave Lisa another ultimatum, gave her an ultimatum that if James continues to work at Sir, Katie was going to leave. And Katie was another favorite. And so I believe that's what this conversation is about, if I remember correctly. And then Katie quits the restaurant like the next few weeks or something. It's quite, I don't know. This is kind of dirty, Katie, in my opinion, to like literally give Lisa the ultimatum of like, if he stays, I quit. And then she quit anyway, even after Lisa fired him. It was like, was that necessary?
With the way you disrespect
They're
women.
not faces of your company.
You are a face of my company.
She's not gonna fire him, is she?
He's like, hey, hey.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
How's it going, Madeline?
Yeah.
Tom.
Your attitude.
Lisa, I would have never have said that. I just changed on gay pride. I just drank way too much. It was all those elixirs and Tom was giving me. And then I changed. There's a darkness inside me that
You know
comes
what?
out. Seriously, I'm never touching alcohol again.
Exactly. You need
That
to be sober.
is
for the
not
rest of your
true.
life. I'm telling you that.
I told you, give me one more chance. I promise I'll
I
seek
can't give you
help.
one more chance.
No,
I
but we
cannot
got.
give you one more chance.
Oh,
Because I have
no.
to stand. Yes, I have to.
What?
I have to
Oh.
listen to me. I have to.
No freaking way.
Listen, I have
No.
to stand. I have to stand in defense of the women that you've insulted.
No way. You're
Yes.
taking this away from me.
I'm not
No
taking it away from you.
way.
You've given it away yourself.
Lisa, please,
No, I
please.
cannot.
Lisa, please. Lisa, please. I won't
James.
ever drink again. I won't ever do anything naughty again. I promise you, please don't take Tina
James,
Tuesday
you're
away from me. Don't take
James,
Tina Tuesday away from me.
James, I want you to grow up now and pull yourself together. You are responsible for your
Don't
actions
take
and you will
it
be held
away.
accountable.
Hello, Raquel.
Hello, Anne.
Nope. We're not going to watch that because that is Scandoval. Okay, so next one, which I think we actually, I don't even think we're going to have time to finish this, but 'cause I have a client call at 2:30. But we're going to try. We're going to try to go through this. I'll put it at, oh gosh, hold on. Hi.
Her partner of 9 years had a months-long affair.
Sorry, that was Octane. He apparently needed love. Okay, so now we get into Scandoval, which is just wild. So Raquel, which is who's pictured right now, was the one that James was dating when he was having the pasta conversation with Lala, right? So James ends up asking Raquel to marry him, which Tom Sandoval helps actually plan out that proposal and pays for like half of it, which is super weird. And then of course, like within 2 months or something, after the show wraps, the engagement is off randomly. Some say it's like because of James drinking, I think. And then after about, I don't know, I think it's like a year or two, Scandoval breaks. And it's the fact that there's rumors that Raquel and Tom Sandoval, who has been with Ariana for about 9 to 10 years, was in an 8-month long affair. It's insane. Okay, I'll let them tell it.
Tom, her partner of 9 years, had a months-long affair with their friend and Vanderpump Rules co-star Raquel Leviss.
I feel for everybody involved, well, except for those two. I don't feel for them at all.
Anyone on the cast that you'd want to be part of your throupleness?
Oh man, I don't know. I've never even really thought of that, honestly.
That already happened?
No, dude, no. No.
Golden Retriever Tom knew about it, that it was happening, and since rumored that he was kind of poking fun at Tom relating to Raquel here. What's going on?
Tom Sandoval is in big trouble for cheating on Ariana Madix. He's been caught in an affair with their castmate Raquel Leviss. For months, they've been sneaking around the cameras, having late night sleepovers when Ariana is gone.
They were not sneaking around. That is not the right way to say what happened. They were doing this in plain sight. They weren't sleeping together in plain sight, but they were running around town together, dressing up as each other. Ariana, Kat died, and then I think her grandma died. And as that's happening and she's away taking care of what's going on with her grandma, Raquel went to her home and slept with her man during it. And then it's wild.
And even kissing out in public with no regard for Ariana's feelings.
Around?
Now the show is divided as the other woman, Raquel, threatens to sue everybody. So let's get into
for her actions.
So we need to talk about what's going on with Vanderpump Rules, because this situation involving Tom Sandoval, Ariana, and Raquel has gotten incredibly messy.
Tom, her partner of 9 years, had a months-long affair with their friend and Vanderpump Rules co-star Raquel Leviss.
On the evening of March 3rd, the internet blew up when TMZ broke the news that one of reality TV's favorite couples, Ariana Madix and Tom Sandoval, had split, and that Sandoval was having an affair with Raquel. If you guys don't know anything about Vanderpump Rules, do not worry, I will catch you up to speed. The show is about profiling young, attractive servers and bartenders at the restaurant owned by Lisa Vanderpump. Lisa Vanderpump is a former Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, and until she's made a series regular. I think part of the reason, which I feel like if I was Ariana, I would note that, that's how he started the relationship. It's probably how he's going to end it.
Oh, he's talking about how they cheated, how Ariana and Tom were sleeping together when he was still with Kristen Doty.
With me.
The thing I realized, especially with being with Ariana,
so gross.
Is that if you have respect for the other person, you respect their intelligence, their opinion, their views, that really makes a huge difference. You see when people go to the dark side.
Now let's talk about when Raquel comes into the picture, because currently she is public enemy #1 in the Vanderpump Rules world. So Raquel Leviss made her first appearance in episode 1 of season 5, and she was introduced as the girlfriend of James Kennedy. James and Raquel were together for a long time, especially for Hollywood and reality TV standards. Actually, in May 2021, Raquel and James Kennedy got engaged, and Sandoval lends James $25,000 to pay for a Coachella-themed proposal in Palm Springs. Knowing everything that's going down, it's crazy.
And that's not weird. That's weird. Why was he paying for half of their proposal? That's just so many flags. We had so many flags, and not a single one of us caught it.
crazy to see that Tom will over 6 ship. But he is seen in a photo that Raquel posts, and she captions it, "I'm on an island," which is pretty foreshadowing. By summer 2022, the rumors begin. And of course, Reddit is the first one to really start uncovering this story. A series of removed Reddit threads allege that the 7-month-long affair gets hot and heavy over the summer. There's a claim that the affair takes place while Ariana is at home and sleeping. And there's another rumor that Ariana nearly catches them on at least one occasion, where she sees Scandoval exiting the room in the middle of the night. And of course, he had an excuse for her. He claims that he was actually getting her a cup of water just in the middle of the night in her room for, you know.
Really? If Raquel needed a cup of water, she should have been asking Ariana, or get it herself. Why was Tom in the middle of the night? Even if this was true, it wasn't. But even if it was true, why was it the man getting the cup of water for the girl? I don't know. Uncomfortable.
We actually know the reason now, but for whatever reason. There's a lot of information in these Reddit threads. I mean, supposedly he was trying to leave Ariana, but he couldn't because of the restaurant, the house, and her grandpa was dying at this point, so she needed support. Supposedly they were telling each other that they loved each other. The band that he's in knew of this because they were hooking up. And supposedly Ariana was suspicious about this for months, because if you're in a relationship and like the man you were with for years is, you know, acting different, you probably know that there's something up. Now, going into August 2022, it gets really messy because there are reports that Raquel is seen kissing another Tom from the show, Tom Schwartz, at Sheena Shea's wedding. The headline,
which is true, that did happen, and this is a conspiracy theory, but a lot of the Vanderpump Rules fans thinks that Tom Sandoval told Tom Schwartz to do this so it would get off the scent of the trail that Raquel and Tom Sandoval were having an affair. And so Tom Schwartz kisses Raquel at Sheena's wedding. It's all very devious, although that has not been confirmed. It's just a conspiracy that we all think to be true.
Read that Vanderpump Rules star Tom Schwartz made out with Raquel Leviss at Sheena Shea's wedding amid his divorce from Katie. Katie's another person who he was in a relationship for a long time. So this entire cast is obviously really messy and overlapping constantly in the personal life and on the show. Now in September, we see some fishy posts that would probably have me upset if I was Ariana. Raquel posted a video of her and Sandoval, and you can see that she is on top of his shoulders at this festival. Then in October 2022,
and Ariana, this whole time is just saying, oh, they're like best friends, you know, they hang out with each other all the time. Absolutely doesn't think or pretend that she knows anything that's going on that is suspect between the two. Oh my gosh, my cat keeps trying to eat my body oil. Stop it.
Fans started to notice that these two actually had matching lightning bolt necklaces. Both Raquel and Scandoval are wearing these necklaces, and it's clear that it's some type of like bond between them, which people caught on to. You can also see that they spent Halloween together, and Tom actually dressed up as Raquel, which
this is so gross.
Seems like a couple's thing to do.
Tom and Raquel have been playing in our faces this whole time. If you go to her Instagram and click on her Halloween highlight, you'll see that it's all Tom. There he is. He's wearing a costume, which was Raquel fangirl, her BravoCon Tom sweater. There he is again. This is Tom's girlfriend at the time that Raquel was best friends with while banging her man behind her back. Guess who's here again? Tom. Oh, another one, Tom. There he is again, Tom. Tom made a spoof photo of Raquel as his own phone background. A mess. Then you're going to see him again pop up real soon. There he is. Like, her whole highlight is dedicated to this man.
Not a single peep from anyone. No one said anything.
Like, imagine that's your man, and the next girl has a highlight.
So at this point, people are questioning what's going on here, as they should, because there's something very off. Ariana actually responds to rumors that she and Sandoval are in an open relationship. She said they are not in an open relationship. And that seems like something they need to communicate about, because he's over here doing press, and it seems like pretty washy when he speaks about their relationship. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's genuine when he's saying that they're all good.
The other thing heard around the world, you and Ariana are in an open marriage in the trailer. Tell me about this openness. What's going on between you two?
Well, we're doing good. We are not in an open relationship
Anymore.
Yeah, I mean that was last week. I'm kidding.
No, he's just
I'm
sleeping
family.
with her best friend
No,
without her knowing.
we're chilling. You know, we're both very busy. We both have things going on. We still make time for each other, and yeah.
This reporter
So
had to
gross.
know that something was going on because his next question was so uncomfortable.
You guys ever did a throuple? Anyone on the cast that you'd want to be part of your throupleness?
Oh man,
Look
I
at
don't know. I've never
Tom.
really thought of that honestly.
It already happened.
And then his like meekish look away. Like they know exactly what they're talking about. It's so gross.
No, dude, no. No.
That was a reference to like season 5.
Yeah.
Trying to cover his ass by saying it was the time that Ariana hooked up. Well, yeah, I mean Ariana hooked up with Lala in the backseat and he was driving.
Anyways, oh yeah, Lala.
Yeah.
Covered their ass.
Yeah, we're doing great. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Imagine if he just, opened up right there and shared it all. It probably would have made everything else after this point a lot easier. So in February 2023, we see that Raquel is gushing over her new best friend, Tom Sandoval. She's quoted saying, he's just so in touch with himself and fully accepting of who he is and is so confident. I feel like he looks at me
Why
like a
is
little
she
sister
saying
and is so
that?
supportive, which, ew,
What?
now knowing what we know, like, ew, why are you like a
Oh my
sister? Like,
gosh.
gosh, gross. And then we get to
And why are you saying that about your best friends? Man, like those comments are so intimate. Ah, so many flags.
March, and this is where everything starts to fall apart because Ariana, I guess, is going through Tom's phone and she sees an explicit video from Raquel on his device. Ariana then uncovers the affair and calls Raquel, who had just finished taping Watch What Happens Live. At this point, multiple sources have come forward to outlets claiming that this affair between Tom Sandoval and Raquel had been going on for at least several months.
Like
Quote,
8 months.
this has been going on for upward of 6 months, all while Tom was sleeping next to Ariana in bed. An insider told the outlet that Raquel had slept over at Tom and Ariana's house when Ariana had been out of town. And clearly Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix are having major issues in their relationship if this is happening. They write Sandoval and Madix have had issues for some time and have been trying to work them out. The source said there have been too many instances where Ariana felt like Tom disrespected her and she finally ended things. The friend group hopes that the two can work things out, but she's telling friends it's over. According to the reports out there, the video was a selfie video of Raquel.
A sexually explicit selfie.
Which Ariana saw, and then she scrolled through past texts and saw a lot of inappropriate messages.
Do you think you're guilty of trolling Katie by posting things she'll inevitably feel hurt by, like you wearing Tom Tom's swag?
No, because I'm just trying to
Oh
live my
my
life. And I'm
goodness.
sorry if that offends
Make a
people,
short
but it's
stay
not going
with
to
you.
stop me from doing what I want to do.
So at this point, Sheena is filming with Raquel, and
Flippy
afterwards they
flop.
hang out. But then Ariana is calling Raquel and confronting her about this relationship. So then they start getting heated. Headlines read, inside Sheena Shea and Raquel Levis's heated confrontation about Tom Sandoval affair. So after taping Watch What Happens Live, Sheena and Raquel went out for a few drinks with friends. At one point in the night, Sheena lost Raquel and then found her outside the bar on the phone with Ariana, who Sheena could hear was bawling. At this point, Sheena was like, girl, what is going on? And asked for an explanation. And so Raquel told her what had been going on while she was still on the phone. So Ariana heard it all. A heated confrontation ensued following the revelation. They went back to the hotel separately and haven't seen each other.
With none other than her fellow castmate, restaurant news that Levis had.
Back to the hotel separately and haven't seen each other since.
On Friday, TMZ broke the news that Levis had been carrying on.
So it's alleged that Sheena then hits Raquel, and then Raquel then decides to file a restraining order against Sheena.
A months-long affair with none other than her fellow castmate, restaurateur, and aspiring musician, Tom Sandoval.
After the news breaks, the internet freaks out and all the cast members have things to say, and a lot of them are Team Ariana. I mean, Kristen is Tom's ex, so she's petty for this one. She found a selfie of her and Ariana and posted #Team Ariana. So as soon as the news breaks, people are looking for Tom, trying to ask him what's up. And paparazzi found him, and when he spoke to them, he just pretty much gaslit Ariana. That's exactly how she felt. Tom saying that he didn't tell her about the affair because he was worried about how it would impact her mental health. Even claiming that he was especially concerned after her grandma died last year. Her grandmother died last year in September 2022, which prompted her to go to Florida to spend time with her family. And at this point,
Which is how we know how long the affair's been going, because during that time is when they slept together. Just saying.
Ariana was sleeping over at their house when she was out of town.
I feel for everybody involved. Well, except for those two. I don't feel for them at all.
So a lot of people are sending
Yes,
Ariana
queen.
love, but they're sending Tom Sandoval and Raquel hate. The internet goes onto Schwartz and Sandy's Yelp website and leave bad reviews. This is a business owned by Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval. This pretty much forced Tom Sandoval to make a statement. It's interesting to see how he doesn't bring up the scandal at all. I mean, he's kind of addressing it, but he's really focused on the business and how this affects his business, and he's trying to protect that, which kind of rubs people the wrong way because they really just want some acknowledgement and accountability for what he's done to Ariana.
Oh my gosh. So I think Yelp stopped the reviews, at least the last time I checked. But if you were to see the reviews that were on Yelp, they were really funny. Absolutely funny. They were all fake. Like, they just made up crap about Schwartz and Sandy, the bar, just to like tank their ratings. It was so funny. It was really funny.
One day after Sandoval issued a lame apology that his co-stars and fans aptly pointed out did not mention his longtime partner, he was photographed by TMZ entering Levis's apartment.
Did he really mean it if he's over at Raquel's place the next day? I mean, it just seems like damage
shady.
control. Some of the investors of this business, Schwartz and Sandy's, goes public and they start yelling at people online. So I guess like, you know, all caps, and telling them to leave them alone because they are a business trying to make a living and they have nothing to do with this scandal. But when you see,
which is true, right? Like, it is true. There's a bunch of other people involved in this business. He is not the only person involved. So that is unfortunate for everyone else that's involved in that business, but it's also why you have to be really careful about who you choose to go into business with. There were so many signs about, not even like the cheating stuff, but just like about his behavior. Like, he's explosive, impulsive, he gets into fights, he gets angry, like, he's uncontrollable and unpredictable. And this isn't even related to, based off what we see on TV. All of this is just about only the snippets of the things that we see about them.
how dismissive Sandoval is to the press and to everyone involved, it's kind of hard not to be outraged.
Why do you feel like you're getting so much heat, considering I've watched the show? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really had no clue about the show like that much. And now that I've watched a lot of, everyone cheated on the show. Why do you think you're getting the most heat out of like everyone else?
Because you fucked your best friend.
Really unexpected.
And lied.
Because it came out of nowhere. And okay.
At this point in time, it wasn't looking good for Raquel either, because supposedly she had a crisis PR strategy that was leaked through Des Moines, indicating that she intends to lay blame at the feet of others for her role in this affair, claiming that her explicit FaceTime video was illegally filmed and that she's a victim of manipulation.
I thought it was just a selfie. No, it is the FaceTime video.
And abuse, because the video that pretty much got Sandoval exposed was recorded, and they have their copy because it's their proof. So all of this drama is going down, and everyone's hoping that the cameras are on because they want to see it play out on the show. James Kennedy confirms on March 6th that they are filming extra episodes for season 10. Andy Cohen confirms that the season had been extended by 2 weeks because of this drama, which is huge because like a TV program, they're pretty much set in stone. So for this to happen and them to extend the season, like, you know, they're trying to make good TV. Tom Sandoval's ex, Kristen, actually left the show previously, I believe, but now she might come back to support Ariana. Quote, Kristen has put the show behind her, but she's considering it. It'll depend if Ariana wants her to do it and is comfortable, as that's the only way she would ever go back on the show.
She does go back for one of the episodes.
Conversation that she and Ariana are having now. This source also shares that all the girls from Vanderpump Rules have been with Ariana and supporting her, all but Raquel, because Raquel is now the odd one out, and now she's legally threatening other castmates.
Levis's lawyers began sending letters to cast members, reportedly imploring that they stop circulating and delete an explicit video of their client that was taken without her knowledge and consent during a FaceTime session with Sandoval.
We first learned about this on March 7th because Lala Kent, another cast member, shares that Raquel had sent her a legal threat, claiming that she has this video of this FaceTime call that was recorded, and now she's sharing it against her, will, which is illegal. You can't like share illegally recorded content without someone's consent. But also at the same time, it seems like Raquel is just trying to find something to wrap everyone into this. Lala actually replied to Raquel on Instagram, and this is what she had to say.
Alleged that Maddox discovered their affair upon.
I love Lala. She's since Stassi left, Lala is my absolute favorite.
finding this very video on Sandoval's phone. Of course, Lala Kent responded to the letter via a since-deleted Instagram Live.
She said, Raquel, tell your little Mickey Mouse lawyer that if he has stuff to send over, he can send things to my lawyer. Same with the rest of my friends and Cass, all right? She did delete this video, but it exists because...
And then Lala ended with send it to Daryl, which is another iconic meme that now circulates in the community. And so now whenever someone's being feisty, they just say send it to Daryl, which is like her lawyer.
Welcome to the internet.
Lala Kent is one of the cast members that received a letter from Raquel's lawyers. Here is Lala's response to that letter. I believe she's already deleted this video off her social media.
Raquel, tell your little Mickey Mouse lawyer that if he has stuff to send over, he can send things to my lawyer. Same with the rest of my friends in cast. All right? I've never in my life had a lawyer contact me in my personal email. All right? I don't know if you know how this works. I know you're pretty brand new to the game. Didn't last long. Look what you did with just 15 minutes. You have something to send over, you can send it to my lawyer. That's why we have counsel. Okay? I don't want to deal. I have a life going on. I got a little baby to take care of. I don't want to see that in the morning. I don't want to see that ever. Send it to Daryl.
And it seems like there may be some...
I love her so much.
Issues now between Raquel and Tom Sandoval. Maybe Tom Sandoval is trying to save his relationship because they aren't really getting along. Despite his visit to her apartment the other day, she sent a letter to him as well. He's the one that recorded, I guess, the FaceTime because, like, you know, if you're on FaceTime, you can't, like...
She sent him a letter, and Ariana was the one that intercepted it and had to deliver it to Sandoval. Like, the balls on this girl.
I don't know. It's not a video, so he must have recorded it against her, which I'm pretty sure if you're on FaceTime, doesn't it tell you the other person if they're screen recording? I'm like, maybe it doesn't, but wouldn't she know at this point? But I guess she didn't know about this, and now he has it, and everyone's seen it. There is a little loophole here, because when you sign on to be on Vanderpump Rules, you agree that you cannot sue other castmates. So this may just be dead in its tracks because, like, you know, it's just a threat at this point, because you can't actually go and sue your castmate unless, I guess, it's illegal, like, really illegal? I guess you would really have to break down what that clause means, but supposedly she's off to a rough start. Now, this is when things get interesting, because remember, Sheena and Raquel had an intense interaction while Raquel was on the phone with Ariana. Well, supposedly Raquel filed a restraining order against Sheena. And
No, she did. She 100% did. She filed a restraining order.
And that's because she's claiming that she's been harassed. Supposedly they got into this
Physically
heated confrontation,
assaulted.
but we really don't know anything else about this until Raquel shares that she was physically hurt.
Raquel's claim that co-star Sheena Shea punched her. Can you say the words, "You got served"? Yes, Raquel had Andy Cohen deliver Sheena this document ET exclusively obtained, titled Request for Dismissal. It appears to be about the temporary restraining order, but Sheena's lawyer tells ET the papers have no legal meaning. This was just another public relations stunt.
I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I can't imagine like hitting yourself and like harming yourself. So I guess the law will have to handle that one. But on March 8th, 2023, we get a second apology. Very David Dobrik-like. But Sandoval issues an apology, and he actually addresses Ariana. He says, I want to first and foremost apologize to everyone I've hurt through this process. Most of all, I want to apologize to Ariana. I made mistakes, I was selfish, and made reckless decisions that
We hate him. We hate him so much.
hurt somebody I love. At this point, I kind of feel like maybe he's trying to save his relationship with Ariana, but then Raquel does something kind of sneaky. Raquel issues her own apology just a few hours later, but she doesn't do it on Instagram. She goes to Entertainment Tonight, and she says that she's sorry for her actions and choices, and, you know, sorry to Ariana. So she's addressing the affair. She says, I'm not a victim, and I must own up to my actions, and I deeply regret hurting Ariana. I have sought emotional validation through intimate connections that are not healthy without regard for my own well-being. I'm taking steps to understand my behavior and make healthier choices. Good for her.
Meanwhile, Raquel told ET in an exclusive statement that she deeply regrets hurting Ariana. Now, Ariana says she is devastated and broken, but she knows she's not in this alone.
That's good that she...
Ariana has been getting her bag through all of this. She has had so many brand deals and so many like commercials, all because of people and brands siding with Ariana over the whole Scandoval drama. She has made so much money. She's also opening up a sandwich shop right here in LA with cast member Katie Maloney. Like she definitely won the Scandoval battle.
she is trying to seek help, and it actually turns out that both of them are in therapy. I guess people are following them like paparazzi and saw them going into their therapy appointments.
So Sandoval and Levis issued apologies to Maddox within about 12 hours of each other. She claims she's in therapy and has an addiction to love. And Sandoval has also been photographed heading into his therapist's office.
So many statements for all of this drama. And of course, Raquel put out another statement on her Instagram because, you know, let's just keep this all going.
Coincidentally, later that night, Levis made another statement, writing that she cared for Sandoval, but right now needs time to heal.
Her apology kind of makes me feel like they are in a rocky patch and maybe their affair has come to an end. Just the other day on March 23rd, the Vanderpump Rules show filmed their season 10 reunion. So I guess they've been like filming these past few weeks. Supposedly, Raquel and Tom Sandoval are fired at from all sides for hours straight. During the reunion, an altercation allegedly takes place and Andy gets involved. The near fight, according to multiple reports, didn't involve Ariana, Sandoval, or Raquel. So there's an altercation that happens, but who's fighting it? Like, who's fighting out here?
That was really confrontational. It was really emotional. Nothing was left unsaid.
You don't.
The reunion was interesting. It was mostly annoying. I think we're gonna have to probably on Tuesday we'll watch the reunion, the highlights of the reunion, and then we'll also go into the update of what's going on now. But I will say, I thought the reunion was wild. I do wish that other castmates would have stopped talking a little bit, so we would have got more of Ariana and Tom directly. That didn't happen too much, but overall, it was quite wild to watch.
I don't know what's going on between us. Tom was combative. Raquel didn't say much off camera. Filming felt, quote, sad, a relief, but so exhausting.
You guys already know that they are milking this for Bravo, as they should. I mean, these people signed up for this, and when you are a public figure, you have to be responsible for your actions publicly and privately, especially when you share a lot of your private life. But it seems like Ariana is doing well after all of this.
When I have felt like I couldn't even stand, you all have given me the strength to continue and see me through my darkest hours.
It's definitely not easy, but I feel like once you start talking about something, it somehow makes it easier.
So I want to hear what you guys think about this situation. Are you guys team Ariana? Are you team Raquel?
Yes. All right. We'll talk about it while we're doing design time because we are running short. Hold on. Okay, so that was wild. And that wasn't even the reunion. Like at this point, we're just we're caught up till all hell breaks loose. Really, that's where we are. And the drama with Vanderpump Rules is never ending. Like there's always some craziness that happens. Like it's over and there's still more drama that comes out every day. It has to be exhausting. It's like that's the only thing that I can even think is for how much stuff is happening all the time. It absolutely just has to be exhausting. I could not imagine having to deal with that now anytime they want to talk about the show or anything like that is what is discussed. And I'm just like, ugh, to have your whole life be boiled down to a single moment of your life, which is like Scandoval. It's just crazy. I can't imagine what the next season is going to be. Oh, give me that. It's okay. It's absolutely crazy. It had me clutching my pearls so often when I was watching the reunion. Like, I can't wait till we all watch that together because I I needed wine. I had wine. I was watching with wine because let me tell you, it was a struggle. It was a struggle to get through it. A lot of it was just so disgusting. But here we are. We are done. We redesigned the original design here. And again, if you know who designed this, let me know, because all of their links freaking are 404 pages now, so I can't even give them credit. So if you see this, give me your information so I can drop it in the links below. I'll also have the links to all of the Vanderpump stuff we saw, and then make sure to go back and re-watch all of those common design mistakes so you make sure not to use them, and then do all of the YouTube things. So like, subscribe, comment about what your favorite part was, or if you want me to have all of like the images and stuff picked out before we design so you don't have to watch that whole process, or if you like the process to see how I find the images and the elements and things like that, then let me know that as well, and I'll make sure to keep all of those in. But that is it. I will see everybody on Tuesday, and Tuesday we'll dive into the reunion of Vanderpump Rules, and then the update drama with Miss Flip Flop Sheena. And I might even go into a little bit more detail why I think she's a flip flop. But I hope you guys had so much fun, and thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to go take a bio break before my call at 2:30, and I will catch you all later. Bye.